Everton then went in front, but once again they failed to hold on. The goal itself would have been a worthy winner too. Beardsley instinctively making the right decision and finishing superbly following Mark Ward's ball to feet. But another 2 points went begging near the close if the Everton defence had chosen to
Manchester City have a familiar problem to deal with here. An Andy Hinchcliffe corner whipped in from the right-hand side. It was a productive source for them in his City days. And he's a productive source for Everton, is it now? Smuggled off the line from Beardsley's header. Referee looked to his linesman, didn't cross the line. Peter Beardsley's header. I think it was close again, wasn't it? Athervelt in towards Beardsley. Keep cool, lost it, and Peter Beardsley gobbled it up. 3 in a row for Peter Beardsley. Everton take the lead.
Since the championship year of '87, Everton winning away from home has been more of a novelty than a routine, so it was good to win at Main Road, of all places, and follow that by giving Coventry a good going over. What was already abundantly clear: all right, Beardsley was a magnificent signing, but where on earth would Everton have been without him? Mike Newell, who became more conspicuous by his absence after moving to Blackburn, setting up the first of 3, of which the second was by far the best. One of those flashes of Beardsley magic, a small but beguiling feature of his vast repertoire. The snapshot hit on the half-turn. Everton really did serve up some delicious stuff at times. Ebrel almost without a care in the world, then all of a sudden 1, 2, 3, Ward's in the clear, and what a goal if he'd scored. But the consolation came in the form of a Beardsley hat-trick. The trip actually came just outside the area, but that's easy to say, isn't it, having seen it half a dozen times. Penalty techniques vary, but there's no answer to this. Of comic clips, Ken Moncao, who had the audacity to start posing in front of Peter Beardsley. Maybe that's why he clipped him round the ear on the closing day of the season. Peter for 2-2. Scratch. Well, in the Rumbelows League Cup, they looked a pretty good bet. They drew Watford at a time when the other Elton's team were bottom of the second division. Mark Ward's run, Beardsley, who else, at the second attempt. Everton won the game 2-1 to make it a 3-1 aggregate. Inevitably, Beardsley was on the score sheet, another expertly taken goal. All in all, Everton have found Bramall Lane a far from inspiring place to go. But with Peter Beardsley having a vintage run, hopes were high. Just like Varzika's cross, headed on by Keown and snapped up by the little number 8 on the turn.
It breaks for him, and trick hunting maybe. Instead it's for Beardsley, still Beardsley, it's all over now.
And in the second half, the irrepressible Beardsley gave Everton a 2-goal lead with a deadly piece of control and shooting power. Beardsley once again. Everton only scored once in this season's FA Cup, in the 3rd round against Southend. If you're ever in a jam, here I am. Peter Beardsley. Games against Oldham always seem to adopt the intensity of a local derby. Lord knows why, but both teams, new boys, old boys, and good pals appear more psyched up than usual, both on the pitch and on the bench. possibly in the director's box. Peter Beardsley just goes about his business as usual, whatever the occasion. Well, back at Goodwood, the game was in need of a hero or heroes, and like a featherweight tag team, Ward and Beardsley combined, taking on the heavyweights. Far too quick-witted and quick-footed on this occasion. Cheeky, yes, also inspired.
Too well about the aerial power of Dave Watson, but they can do nothing about Peter Beardsley. That's a terrific strike from the angle from Beardsley. Watson caused a bit of mayhem there, and Beardsley rounded it all off.
Here's a player in full flight and in full control. A touch of the chubby checkers, marvellous. A contender for the most bizarre penalty of the season award, if only there was one. Beardsley just accidentally clipping Monku's heel, then Monku quite deliberately clipping Beardsley round the ear. But it was playful as much as anything. Red card, penalty kick, 1-0. It really was an extraordinary incident all round, wasn't it? Monku then sent off on the last day of the season. Peter Beardsley with his 20th goal of the season. Perhaps Billy Jones should have been sent off as well.
Three times in the first 45 minutes. Beagrie, a great run. Barlow edge of the penalty area. Beardsley! Oh, yes! From Peter Beardsley. A great finish. Harper to Beagrie. Walsh battling back well. Here's Vandenhouwe to Allen. Back to Vandenhouwe and Allen again. Spurs looking for a fourth goal here against Everton this afternoon, but Everton themselves looking for a second and then setting up a grandstand finish. Barlow's got away. Mabbott in the centre. Cundy holding fort. Here's Beagrie. Oh, and this is Beardsley on the edge of the area, and still Beardsley! Oh, and he's got there! He's got a second in off the post. So, Tottenham caught napping, and Peter Beardsley scores again.